Vera Rubin was one of those who revolutionized our understanding of galaxies and cosmic structure by confirming the existence of dark matter. She died on Christmas Day 2016 at the age of 88. Vera had a lifelong love of the cosmos. How could you possibly live on this earth and not want to study the universe, she wondered. She was a devoted champion of women in science and a role model to generations of astronomers. Vera's pivotal work in the 1970s established that the orbital speed of stars in the outer parts of disk galaxies remained constant out to large distances, rather than decline as expected from Newton's laws. As an analogy, it was as though we had found that Neptune was moving around the Sun as fast as the Earth was. If we found that, we'd have had to infer a shell of invisible matter outside the Earth's orbit, but inside Neptune's. And in our galaxy, this excess mass couldn't be in stars or gas. Her observations provided crucial and convincing evidence for the existence of this excess dark matter, a suggestion first made by the astronomer Zwicky in 1933, based similarly on large velocities observed in clusters of galaxies. Vera's observations implied that galaxies are embedded in large dark matter halos. And we now know that halos like that contain 5 times more stuff than all the atoms in the universe. She worked in close collaboration with her colleague Kent Ford, who built the sophisticated spectrograph needed for these precise measurements. Their first results were for our nearby Andromeda galaxy in 1970. At that time, radio telescopes were also tracing the rotation of the neutral hydrogen gas disks that surround galaxies like Andromeda and getting similar results. These observations were carried out by Morton Roberts and others using a 21-centimeter line of neutral hydrogen. And they also found that the speed of orbiting hydrogen clouds didn't fall off at larger distances from the galaxy. Vera Rubin and Kent Ford's optical observations were an important supplement to the radio data, both revealing that dark matter extended far outside the main visible part of the galactic disks. Rubin and Ford, in a classic 1978 paper, showed the same remarkably constant rotation speed out to large distances for many other galaxies, and this was crucial in confirming the ubiquity of dark matter. We now know that 85% of the stuff in the universe is in this form, and it profoundly affects the evolution of the universe and the formation of structure. The dark matter is believed to be a new, exotic, yet undetected particle, not the familiar atomic elements that make up the stars, gas, planets, and people. We don't yet know what these particles are. Many experiments have been searching for them. Detecting and understanding their nature is one of the most important open quests in science. Vera was born in Philadelphia in 1928. Her family moved to Washington, D.C. when she was 10. She was fascinated by astronomy from an early age, watching the stars wheel past her bedroom window, wondering why the moon always followed her wherever she traveled. She graduated from Vassar College in 1948, continuing to Cornell for her master's degree in astronomy, and then getting a doctorate from Georgetown University in 1954, where she worked with the famous physicist George Gamow. Her thesis showed that the distribution of galaxies in the universe was clumped rather than uniform, a novel and important result at that time. Vera joined Carnegie Institution's Department of Terrestrial Magnetism in Washington, D.C. in 1965, and it was there that she carried out all her groundbreaking work with Kent Ford, and also mentored generations of young scientists, also studying galactic dynamics. Early challenges as a woman in science never deterred Vera. She has written a nice autobiographical article about her personal story. A college interviewer, who dismissed her interest in doing research in astronomy, asked if she would instead consider a career painting astronomical objects. And the department chairman suggested that he should present her research paper at an upcoming astronomy meeting instead of her, because she was pregnant. Young Vera replied, "That's okay, I'll do it." And she was denied observing on the Hale telescope at Palomar because women weren't allowed there until the 1960s. "Don't let anyone keep you down for silly reasons," she liked to say. She passionately supported women scientists, always encouraging, inspiring, helping pave their way, saying, "Worldwide, half of all brains are in women, and there's no problem in science that can be solved by a man that can't also be solved by a woman." Cheerful, enthusiastic, and positive, she was a kind, caring, and fun-loving person. She had a loving family, consisting of her husband, Bob Rubin, also a scientist, who predeceased her, and 4 children who all became scientists themselves. Her accomplishments were recognized by numerous awards and many honorary degrees. Her role as the mother of flat rotation curves in galaxies and dark matter will be honored forever, as well as her legacy as a mentor and role model of generations of scientists, men and women.